first question would be, how is the knee? What brace are you planning to wear? What's the situation now?
My knee's probably not like I wanted to be right now, but I think with treatment every day and just resting it every day, hopefully it'll be better by the game. And I'm probably gonna wear the same knee brace I started out with the team at North game. So
Did you bring a backup brace?
Yeah, I brought the big one in case anything happens. So.
That's the smaller brace?
Yeah, it's a smaller one.
Where did you think that you would be at this point? You talked about it in New York that the goal was to get rid of it entirely, but you're not fully.
I mean, I definitely thought I would be closer to 100%. If I gave a percentage, I'd probably be like 80, 85 right now. So, yeah, but I definitely, I'm just going to hope and pray that I feel better about game day, really.
Has that limited the practice reps at all? I mean, Coach Day was saying after the Big Ten title game that really you didn't do that much that week.
No, I try to get as much reps as possible, really. I would say I haven't really missed any reps in terms of just getting in there and playing, but I just can't really move like I want to, really, so, yeah.
You've seen probably every quarterback wants to have success immediately, and obviously your path was a little bit of a different road to get to where you are now. What did you think watching Trevor, a guy you were kind of connected with in high school, see it win a national championship as a freshman?
I mean, I was happy for him. I think he deserves it. I mean, I know how hard he works. So I'm just saying seeing him do that out there was just great to see. And just really the kind of guy he is. And I don't think many people know. He's a great guy. He's humble. And I definitely like that about him. So just seeing that and that success that he had last year was great to see.
Is it motivating at all, knowing, I don't know, you want to play right away, you want to get on that stage and show people that you
No, not really. I'm not really worried about it. I think players have different journeys. So just because he's having success right now doesn't really make me jealous or envy of him. I think people have different paths. So it just depends how you get to that path, really. I mean, I really... as I said before, I was just happy to see him there.
Just in the last year since it became known that you were leaving Georgia, how have you changed as a person? How has this experience changed you in the last year?
I think I've matured as a person, going in life and kind of just facing life obstacles is not really just not really making a big deal out of them and kind of just putting them in God's hands and just letting him handle that and just going about life as best as I can. So I think I've matured mostly as a person, during all that. So I'm definitely glad I went through it.
Next year now, you're going to be the veteran in this program in the quarterback room, and there's going to be two young guys, two freshman quarterbacks that are going to be on campus in 3 weeks with you. Are you ready to assume that sort of leadership role for those guys and help to guide them?
Yeah, most definitely. I think I am the leader of the offense, so I don't think that'll be a big hassle on me. Just teaching those guys as they come in and try to learn the offense. I think it can be a big help to both those guys.
Have you had a chance to speak to CJ? I know you guys trained both.
Yeah, I talked to CJ a good bit. The last time I talked to him, I just congratulated him on the commitment. So I think we'll have a pretty great relationship at Ohio State.
What's the one lesson you're going to try to instill in them, him and Jack, the minute they get on campus?
The thing is with them, I know how it's going to go with the two quarterback competition, blah, blah, blah thing. I think I've been through that plenty of times. So I would just say no matter what happens, don't get down, just keep working and really just go out there and play your game. So, yeah.
Hey, Justin, one of the things about your passing game this year, I don't know, we haven't really talked about it a ton, but it seems like you guys have been willing to take a lot of deep shots. A lot of your throws have been 20 or more yards downfield. Is that something that you look for as a quarterback? Is that just the way things have transpired? I was wondering if you could maybe give some insight into that.
I just think that's just Coach Day's offense. He always says that there are going to be shots in the game, and there are also going to be completion plays. So it just really depends on how the game pans out and where the momentum's shifting. So, I would say there's always going to be shots in the game, and I think every offense on every team has shots in their play calling. So I wouldn't really call our play calling different from others, but it's just the way we execute them. I think that's the biggest difference in them.
How much does he talk about that? Because in the beginning of the year, he always talked about it my favorite play is when Justin throws the ball away. But Ryan Day seems like a pretty aggressive guy as well. So does he talk to you about
I think he said that. Shots? He said my favorite play is when I throw the ball away because earlier in the year, when I first got to Ohio State. I would try to make plays, and that's just what I was used to at Georgia. When I got the chance to go in, I was trying to make every play like high school kind of. So just kind of going out there and making the smartest decision for my team is just what's going to help my team win. So.
Justin, when did you first hear about Trevor?
Maybe like when we met, like 8th, 9th grade, really.
So, it was like when you got an opportunity to, I guess, work out with him or compete with him at elite level, the things you were hearing, those things kind of match up with what you were seeing on the field from him.
Yeah, like I said, Trevor's a great quarterback. He's just great arm talent. He's a physique, 6'6". I don't know how much he weighs, but he just has that physique about him and that body about him that you want from a pro-style quarterback. Even though he's not a pro-style quarterback, he knows how to run the ball. So, yeah.
You two have never played each other in a real game. Obviously, you competed in the 11. This is the first time this is going to happen. You were the top 2 guys in your class. You grew up 20, 30 minutes away from each other. Is that weird that you've never played against a guy?
No, not really, because I think growing up, I think his high school might have been 3A, and then I was 6A, so we knew we weren't going to play each other, even if it came down to it in the playoffs. But it's not really weird not to have played him already.
Would you have liked it just for the sake of competition?
I think I'm a competitive guy, so I guess it would have been cool to play him.
How bad do you feel for your fellow quarterbacks across the country when you see Chase breathing down their neck?
Yeah, Chase is a great player. He's a physical player, physical guy, and he can get off the ball fast. So just knowing that Chase is on the other side of the ball, I think that kind of stays in the back of their head during the game, and it definitely affects them because they know they have to get the ball out quick. So, I don't feel bad for him at all because, of course, I want Chase to go back there and sack him. But, Chase is a great player.
You ever been hit by Chase in practice?
Nah, Chase knows he can't hit me.
How was the whole thing with the Heisman and now coming into the college football playoff? As a sophomore, your first year as a starter, how's that has it been overwhelming, or how have you adjusted to it?
I wouldn't say it's been overwhelming. It's definitely been a great experience, just being able to go to New York and just kind of experience that with my family and also Chase. So I would just think of it as a blessing, really. So, I don't think many people get this opportunity in life, so I'm just taking it day by day and just really just trying to get the most out of it.
Justin, have you ever gone through sort of a nagging knee injury like this?
No, not really. I sprained my MCL my freshman year, but I think it only took 2 or 3 weeks to heal, so that's the only other knee injury I had.
Can you take me through the rehab process? What does it look like right now compared to maybe the week or so after the Michigan game?
Well, of course, it was more severe after the T-Bone North game.
Yeah.
But I just maybe I'm not as patient as I like to be. I don't know if it's something I'm not doing or what, but I'm just trying to get in the training room, do what they tell me, and just trying to get my knee right. Really, I don't know what there is else to say, but yeah.
How much does it have to change your mentality as a quarterback? Because obviously you said when you came in, you were someone who wanted to make the play every single time. Mm-hmm. And now with this, it just seems like it further limits you in that regard.
Yeah, you just have to know when to make a play and know when to be smart and kind of know what the situation is in the game. So, of course, if it's the last few seconds on the game and we need a first down or something like that, then you can't really worry about the knee. But if it's first quarter, 1st and 10, and you're trying to make a play, just throw the ball away and just be smart about it. So I think it just comes with different situations.
Does it change at all you on 3rd and long? Because you're someone who drop back, and it seems like at times you can pick up those long yards with your legs on 3rd downs.
You said, does it change it?
Yeah.
It just depends what defense they're in, yeah, where the defenders are and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna try to get in a bunch of different scenarios right now, but yeah, it just depends on that.
What about practice the last few weeks? How has it changed how much you're able to do as you try and rest it?
I've done everything in practice. I wouldn't say I've done it up to full speed, but I've been able to do everything.
Okay, so you don't feel like it'll have affected anything come Saturday in terms of your preparation?
No.
Ohio State, you transferred. You obviously don't know very many guys with any guys. You're a quarterback. You want to be a leader. You got a starting job to win. Did you have a plan on how to win guys over as just to, you can't win them over and show them your talent until you get out there in the spring. But you can show them work ethic. You can, I don't know, did you have a plan or did you just count on your natural, just being Justin Fields to just mesh?
Yeah, my plan was just being myself. I really wasn't trying to be different for those guys. I was just trying to show them how hard I work and really just go out there and be myself and just be me.
Did you concern yourself at that time with, hey, if I'm going to start for this team, I need to be a leader, I need to get close to X number of guys, or I need to,
Nah, I just think my work ethic would just show how much of a leader I can be, and really I think those guys just hop on the train and they believe in me. So of course, just the coaches and the teammates, I think just them actually believing in me, I think that helped me out as a player and as a person.
Did you feel like there was a time where you were clicking with guys like in AAA? I've read stories your dad said, or I think you said, man, in the beginning it was not the greatest.
Yeah.
Your thoughts were like not the greatest. Just when did it click for you, either with teammates or with the area?
It's not really one time it clicked. Just periodically it was getting better and better every day. So it really wasn't just one specific day that it clicked.
Justin, Ohio State's been to 9 Fiesta Bowl appearances, which is the most all time of any program. How do you think that kind of creates a new recruiting territory and impacts players down here?
I think everyone around the country knows how great of players we have here and the coaches here, and just how well they develop us. So it's not really a surprise. I think there's a certain amount of elite programs around the country, and I think Ohio State is definitely one of them.
How do you hope to appeal to young quarterbacks in Arizona when you show out in the Fiesta Bowl?
You said, how do I hope to appeal?
Yeah, how do you just hope to appeal? Maybe spark their interest in Ohio State, stuff like that.
I don't think that's my job to appeal them. That's really the coach's job. But I'm just going out there and playing my game and just try to get a win for the team.
Justin, what was your first impression of Mickey Marotti?
Coach Mickey has different personalities for different players. But I think Coach Mick looked at me as a hard-working guy, so he wasn't on me as hard as some other players. But Coach Mick's a great coach. Of course, he's going to be hard on you because he wants to bring the best out of you. But Coach Mick's just a great overall coach and a great overall person.
Are you intimidated by him at all? Do you think he's crazy?
Not really. Nah, not really. He's a small guy, so.
What jumps out at you on tape when you look at the secondary? Is it D-line? Is it Isaiah Simmons?
It's just our overall scheme. I think Coach Venables is a great D coordinator, and
What do they do well to disguise coverages specifically?
They do a lot of things on defense. They kind of stay in the same shell to disguise their coverages. So I think that's helped them a lot this year, and with their defensive success. So just kind of looking at film, just seeing what we can pick up on as close as we get to the game. I think that'll help us a lot on offense.
What have you seen from Isaiah Simmons?
Buckeyes were winner, blah, blah, blah. Not blah, blah, blah.
No, I know what you mean.
Because I know media will take that all the way. But, me and Isaiah are cool. He's a great guy. Everyone knows he's a great player. Yeah, we met in Atlanta at the College Football Awards show. But, he's a great player. Lengthy guy, has a lot of speed, an athlete, just really excited to play him.
I'm sure you've been asked this before, haven't you? Will, do you remember the first time you met Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, it was probably 8th and 9th grade. We have the same quarterback trainer, so we've worked out a few times over the years.
And how would you describe just his personality?
Yeah, I think that's what kind of I like most about Trevor. Just his personality. He's a humble guy, even though he's definitely one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He's a humble guy and a really, really down-to-earth guy. So I think that's pretty much how I would explain Trevor.
Are you surprised? I know you don't probably concern yourself with that sort of thing, but surprised you didn't get a New York invite?
I'm really not concerned with it, but I think everybody knows Trevor's potential and know what he can do on the field. So of course, if you would ask him, I would say he didn't have the season to begin. I don't think he would have the What am I trying to say right now?
Didn't have the season he wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think to start off the season he would probably try to go back and take some of those throws back. But the past few games he's playing really like one of the top quarterbacks in the country and like a player that we all know he can be. So yeah.
Do you enjoy having that opportunity to go head-to-head with someone like Trevor?
Yeah, I mean, I think me and Trevor, it's nothing new for either of us. We've been going head-to-head for a long time now, so it's really nothing new to us.
Is it surreal at all to think about the fact that 2 years ago you were both playing high school football in Georgia and now you're here at the college football playoff?
Nah, just seeing the way we work and seeing the talent we both have, I don't think it's surprising for both of us. I don't think we're taking this place we have here or the place that we're in right now for granted, but just being here right now, I just think it's weird, of course, just being actually here playing each other, but it's not really surprising. So.
What do you remember about like going to the opening and events like that and competing head-to-head with Trevor?
It's weird because we're not like actually going head-to-head, of course, but I've just always known Trevor as a great quarterback, great player, and a great person.
Justin, what are your thoughts on C.J. Stroud and Jack Miller? How familiar are you?
I haven't really seen them play a lot, but the coaches tell me they're both great players and all of that. So I'm excited to meet them and actually get to work with them.
So you haven't met them yet?
I've met CJ, but I haven't really talked to Jack that much.
What are your thoughts on CJ? I mean, I don't know if you hosted him for an official visit or anything.
I didn't host him, but I did talk to him when he was there. So yeah, he's a great person, and I definitely like him a lot.
How much did the coaches talk to you about quarterback recruitment, about bringing two guys in?
They don't talk to me about it much.
Not at all.
Justin, how's your knee feeling